Roll Tide, everybody. Alabama on a complete recruiting tear. I'm talking about moving into the top 4 in the nation in recruiting. It's been amazing watching Alabama pull in some of the best prospects in prep football. But who's next? We're going to get into this run that they're on, and then some guys to keep an eye on. Can Alabama become the number 1 team in recruiting? We'll talk that too. We're brought to you by Pearl River Resort, Philadelphia, Mississippi. You know about the golf course Dancing Rabbit. It's the Augusta you can play. Hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 and change from Birmingham. You got the Azaleas, the Oaks, 2 amazing golf courses. Get done. Go get a steak at Philip M. Steakhouse. Everything you need over at Pearl River Resort. All right, let's get this show started. The dust has settled a little bit after Alabama just went on an absolute tear. Roll Tide, everybody. All right, what do you say, everybody? Mick Gillespie. Show's brought to you by Pearl River Resort over in Philadelphia, Mississippi. You know that. We talked about them a second ago. All right, let's get into this right now. Bama is on a tear, and now all of a sudden you turn around and On3 has them as a top 4 team in the country recruiting-wise. And what happened? I mean, what happened was one after another, guys kept picking Alabama. And it was beautiful to watch, right? Nolan Wilson and Cedarian Morgan and Zay Hall and E.J. Crowell and Brian Williams. And it could go on and on and on, right? The bottom line is this, is that now we don't have a lot of these commitments this week, right? So it's going to kind of slow down a little bit. What do we think that Alabama is going to do next? And can they get to the number 1 recruiting spot? And it doesn't even matter, right? I think that's the other part of this. I mean, with the transfer portal, you can go get all these guys, but then, you develop them for a year and they roll out on you, right? So that's part of it too. And we talked about this over and over again, but one of the things that Kalen DeBoer has tried to do so hard is find players that want to be at Alabama and that Alabama wants to be there, like a mutual fit, right? And I think that's important as well. But just an incredible run for the Crimson Tide. I'm just going to pull up the On3 recruiting rankings just because I want to show you. All right, so here it is. They've got Bama rivals at number 5, right? So still there. USC's got 31 commitments. Georgia's got 27. Bama is at 19. So of those group teams in the top of the recruiting chain, Bama's out eliting everybody with 5 stars already. And we're going to talk about a 5-star that could make a difference in this recruiting class and really could make a difference on campus at Alabama here in a second in Tank Jones. But anyway, in that top group, Alabama right there and still with some room to go and to add some players. So, that's the way that these things go. It's like you come, you go, like players come and go. Like I don't think that it's an exact science, like if you're number 1 or you're number 3 or whatever. But I feel like the elite players that Alabama has in this class puts them, to me, at number 1. You look at the average star rating, you look at the 5-star guys. Those are the type of players that are going to come in and play early and make an impact. Now, the guy that I'm keeping an eye on right now from here until the end is Tank Jones. He just released his top 3. Auburn's out. So Auburn had gotten some momentum, but obviously they're gone. I've heard from the beginning from a really good source that Oregon has been hard on him since he started. And my person said, hey, from the beginning that it was Alabama and Oregon going head to head. This is a 5-star edge from St. Paul's. This is a man amongst boys in high school. This is a player that's going to come in and make an immediate impact. These are the guys that you cannot lose to Oregon. The other school that he listed in his final 3 is Texas A&M. So obviously NIL is a big part of this because that's the Texas schools are throwing a lot of money around right now, which we figured they would do, and they are. I mean, look at Texas Tech, which is ridiculous. Some of them trying to buy themselves back in the picture again. So Tank Jones is the guy to keep an eye on here. I think he's one of the most important players that Alabama is going after. This is the guy. You get this guy, and I feel like you have swept through the the players in the state that you really, really, really want, right? It's also a position of need, right? I mean, edge, get after the quarterback, make tackles. Christian Robinson has put a lot of emphasis on Tank. He's visited Tuscaloosa a bunch, and Alabama's visited him. 6'3", 245. The Rivals prediction has Bama slightly ahead of Auburn, which isn't even on the list anymore, right? Then Texas A&M. They don't have Oregon. They're not taking Oregon very seriously, but I'm telling you right now, Oregon is very, very much in this, and they have been from the very beginning. So just mark that down. I think this is really interesting. Is it going to be Texas A&M coming in with huge NIL money, kind of sneaking in that way? Is it Oregon, which would love to have Tank, or is he going to stay in state? But this is a really interesting one. And if Bama gets this guy, they will have gotten the 4 players that they would have targeted. No matter what prep guide you look at, you would have gotten the 4 best players in the state to come to Alabama. And they've got 3 of them right now. So this was a criticism of this staff. Did Courtney Morgan understand Alabama? Did he appreciate the local guys? Could Kalen DeBoer connect with the coaches of the state? Yeah, he's done all that stuff. But this is the guy right here. This is the one. This is the guy you're targeting if you're Alabama. You don't want to let him go. Now, a couple other guys. Me personally, I would love to see Alabama bring in Nick Abrams. Been paying attention to Nick since the recruiting started. This is a guy out of Maryland. Look, they just got a guy out of Maryland. Could they go back to the old line state for one more big-time player? This is a linebacker who is from Owings Mills, Maryland, 6'2", 220, McDonough School, which is a really, really great school. He's a consensus. He's a 4-star. ESPN has him as a 3-star. And it's a race between Bama, Georgia, Michigan, and Oregon, right? But I think that once again, you want a guy that can come in, make tackles with speed. This is someone that I think that is, loves Alabama, had great visits, but, Michigan's going to come in with the NIL. What's Alabama's NIL? And that's a big part of this. I keep talking about it. NIL is a huge part of anything. It's like if you went for a job and hey, I really like this company, but these guys are paying me more. Come on. You know where that goes. The other guy is another 4-star defender, Elijah Golden, another guy that we've kind of paid close attention to. This is a player that Alabama has targeted, has been on campus. We don't really know what direction he's going. You look to experts like Andrew Bone, who is really, I think, the best in the business at doing this. And you try to get an idea of what direction Golden is going to go. It feels like Golden's probably leaning towards Notre Dame, but Freddie Roach has been pushing hard for him. Virginia Tech's in the mix. He's from Virginia. And North Carolina is trying to get in there. Oklahoma's in there. Notre Dame feels pretty confident about this from, what a lot of the insiders tell us at On3. But he's a guy you would really want. If you could get him at Alabama. I mean, I'm talking about disruptive up front, someone that can make a difference as far as putting pressure on the quarterback, stopping the run, 6'3.5", 250 pounds. And he's just got kind of like plays the game with a little bit of a mean demeanor. Anyway, these are the guys we're looking at right now, but it's been really fun covering recruiting over the last couple weeks. And I can't wait to get Shank's opinion. He'll be on the show tomorrow about just kind of how things went over the 4th of July. Jaira Edwards from Maryland, and maybe he can, help you get Nick Abrams from Maryland. Two guys. Hey, we can carpool. That'd be fun. But anyway, look, we'll be covering this and other stuff as well as we get closer and closer to SEC Media Days, and then that'll lead up into into the start of the season. I mean, now you're talking about less than 60 days before kickoff. We'll get the guys out on the field soon. Practice is coming. So all that stuff is dead ahead. And anything you guys want to get into, comment section, tell me. All right, look, finally, brought to you by Pearl River Resort. Also presented by, look at that right there, these guys right here, New Life Art. 20% off when you use our promo code Bama Tailgate, newlifeart.com. It makes your man cave look a lot better to have some Daniel Moore prints in there. Some of those great moments in Alabama history. Buzzer beater. They did the basketball print, guys. We got to go out there and buy it. It's Mark Sears. I was one to say, hey, we got to do this. I can't wait to get that one. And maybe we'll give one away on the channel also. But 20% off. The Ryan Williams print looks amazing. Bama Tailgate, when you go to the beginning, hey, how'd you hear of it? Click Bama Tailgate. You get to the end, Bama Tailgate, and the promo code is going to take 20% off. And finally, Pearl River Resort. We're proudly brought to you by Pearl River. We talk about that constantly. We're planning on going back there again to do remotes, probably Jay Coker and me. But anyway, check them out. Vegas-style sportsbook, the Timeout Sports Lounge right there on campus at Golden Moon. 20 big screen TVs, full-size bar, everything you need. The slot game up there is amazing. It's an hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 and change from Birmingham. You guys know it's not that far of a drive. Give you that Vegas-style experience, and you don't have to go that far. And I love hearing when you go and you have fun. I heard a couple days ago, someone was like, hey, I went there and I won some money. Good for you, man. Don't spend it all in one place. Anyway, thanks to Pearl River Resort for being part of what we do here. It's hot. The water park, Geyser Falls, is open as well. They've got concerts all summer long, and it's just a getaway without having to go too far away. All right, guys, thanks for being here, and roll tide.